32nd week of the hard work. Now, what I've learned this week might be super surprising for many people who have particularly struggled with this issue. I personally had faced the same problem for years and I couldn't figure out the way to solve it. Luckily for you, if you're watching this, you will also solve it. So, what is the exact problem I'm talking about? You see, if you've ever worked physically, not mentally, forget about the mental stuff, about all the cognitive work, we completely abandon it for today. Now I'm specifically talking about physical work, physical labor. It can also be gym related too. At the end of the day, it's physical. So, you have probably, I would even say most likely, had this issue where after a little bit of physical work, you would get tired instantly. Especially if you're the guy who is into self improvement, who is into self help, and all that kind of stuff, who likes to think a lot, or how it's more popular to say nowadays, overthinking. You would get instantly tired. You always want to sit down, you want to eat, you cannot properly think or maybe speak as well. You get burnout pretty much quickly. And most importantly, you do not enjoy your work, whatever that work is. Does that sound like you? Because apparently, that was me for years. Until recently, I had figured out the reason why it was happening and how I pretty much instantly fixed it. And I made the work that I dislike and even hate to something that I enjoy and look forward to day by day. This increased my performance. The employer now likes me more. He wants to raise my salary. The other people, the customers, enjoy interaction with me much more now that my energy is different. And the same went to the gym, to the workout. Thanks to this simple trick, now I'm able to get way better progress. I get bigger muscle, I get leaner as well. Do you have any idea what that could be? What's the particular thing could withhold you from getting all of those good benefits? This might surprise you. And also, before I say that, you also have probably noticed that when you do cognitive mental work, it is not as tiring as the physical one. And for some reason, you can work 10, 12 hours with the mental or cognitive work, but when it comes to specifically physical, you get tired so quickly. Now, the answer is your body and your mind are not aligned together. You see, we have daily capacity of energy. Every single day, we have, let's say, 100 units of energy every single day, each one of us. Now, by you doing some work, whether it's mental or physical, you take that energy, those units of energy, to make the work done. The problem is, when you work mental stuff, only your mind is working. Your body barely does anything. Yeah, sure, it moves its fingers, but since it's now became a like automatic, you don't really think about it, muscle memory and all that stuff, it's barely cost anything to your body or brain. But when it comes to specifically physical stuff, you get tired quickly. The problem is that since your body and mind is not aligned together, both of them use energy at the same time. So for example, when it comes to cognitive work, it takes one energy unit per minute to make the work done. Let's just imagine. I don't know the exact number. I'm just giving you something to imagine, to think about. But when you do physical and you simultaneously get some mind thoughts, like your mind wanders around and you're not present to your job, both your mind and your body works, which consumes not one energy unit per minute, but two or even three. It multiplies it. Now, if you're like me, you definitely heard some stuff like, oh, it's because you don't sleep enough. Oh, it's because you don't hydrate or eat well enough. No, my friend, it's not about that at all. Yeah, sure. If let's say our of the daily capacity of an average human of that same energy is 100, but by you sleeping more, eating well, and doing all that stuff, you increase it to 130, maybe 120. What's the point if eventually you still use 2x or 3x more energy per minute? See what I mean here? So, the way you fix that is by simply think about the work that you do. If you get some thoughts, just manually change it towards your work. If your mind wanders, manually focus it towards your work. Be present. Meditate whilst you work. Trust me when I say when you do this, you think less. You hate less. Seriously, why would you hate a work, a job, if you don't think about how much you hate it? Do you get what I mean? Basically, you say, oh, I dislike that job because of this, boom. Yeah, sure. You thought about it. But if you're present, if you think about your work, if you don't think about anything else, you will not even dislike it. You'll just do it because you do it. That's the point. If you're a gym goer, if you're going to gym constantly, you've also heard of a term called mind-muscle connection. And that implies the same thing. Your brain is fully concentrated on doing exercises. That way you get way more pump. That way you get better focus, better grip. Everything's better. And by that, you get bigger muscles. This is all correlated. We don't really think about it, but it is actually. So I hope from now on, be always present. This is the single most important skill you can learn as a man. Now, with that being said, what I can share about myself. Yeah, after learning this, oh my goodness, the work that I disliked, I started loving it. Now I get the different kind of energy. People now genuinely enjoy being around me at my work. And that's so cool. Can you imagine how different you would have been? How disadvantaged your competitors would be compared to you because you enjoy your work whilst they do it because they need money. If let's say you want to get a 9-to-5 job or a career, suppose doctor. You do it for fun because you enjoy it. The other one does it specifically for money because he wants to get money. Who do you think is gonna stay long term? Which one of them would stay long term? Obviously the one that enjoys it. It's pretty much simple, obvious. And so be present, think less, remove overthinking, and this will drastically help you. And pretty much all of the physical stuff that you gotta do. Now, if you gotta do mental cognitive work, fine, you can think. I allow you to. But when it's physical, Don't think, just do the work. Now you can tell me, alright, Benjamin, I get some random thought. They pop out in my head randomly. And to that I will say, yes, I know they do. That's how our brain works. But did you know, though you cannot control what appears in your mind, you can absolutely control what you think about right now. This is pretty much controllable. It's in your own hands to control that. Don't let anyone tell you that this is not possible. Don't let anyone convince you that it is possible. I'm telling you right now that you can absolutely control what you're thinking about at this exact moment. You can absolutely do that. I get some random thoughts here and there. That's true. But I still control what am I thinking about right now. And you can do that too. I know for a fact you do. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I have a big project that I'm working on. And that is, I want my words to have weight behind them. I want my words, like basically, I want to mean what I say and say what I mean. So that when people hear me saying something, they will never doubt that I will not do that. So, for example, I will say something like, I'm gonna climb that mountain today. And instead of people saying, oh, yeah, sure you do, they say, oh, if Benjamin said it, he fucking will. He will climb that fucking mountain. Now, it's not an easy thing. For that to really happen, it's gonna take you months, if not years. But that is absolutely possible. You can make it happen slowly. Start from your inside. Get your own approval. And then you gotta slowly make sure everyone around you notices that in you as well. That's the thing. Alright man, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Remember, belief plus action equals correction.